How can a mountain split an area into two completely different environments? Geography impacts climate a lot, with oceans moderating temperature and adding moisture to the air, and mountains distributing wind and producing the rain shadow effect. In the rain shadow effect, wind comes off the ocean and passes over the coastal region. As it blows up the windward side of a mountain, it enters an area with lower air pressure, which makes the air expand and cool at a rate of about 5.5 degrees Fahrenheit for every 1,000 feet it rises. As it ascends, the air experiences an adiabatic process, where heating or cooling occurs without any heat being added or taken away. When air expands, molecules have more space to occupy than before, thus moving around slower and causing a decrease in temperature. When air condenses, the loss of space forces molecules to move around more quickly, increasing the temperature. More about when that occurs later. The air continues to climb the mountain until it is at its dew point, where it reaches saturation and its maximum capacity to hold water vapor. At this point, it is at 100% relative humidity. Excess water vapor will begin to condense into cloud droplets and eventually precipitation in the form of rain or snow. If the dew point is reached before the air has ascended to the mountain peak, it will continue to rise and cool, but now at a slower rate of 3.3 degrees Fahrenheit for every 1,000 feet it rises. During this process, the air experiences an orographic lift, where terrain forces an air mass to move from lower to higher elevation. Mountains play a key role in this as they serve as the topographic barriers, geographical features that prevent air's free movement from one area to another. Once the air passes over the peak, gravity begins to pull it down the leeward side of the mountain, and it compresses and heats adiabatically. As it enters an area of higher air pressure, its temperature rises. Warmer air has a capacity to hold more water vapor, leaving less excess to condense into clouds. Therefore, there is little to no precipitation, resulting in dry and arid conditions. When the air reaches the base of the mountain, it may be many degrees warmer than it was originally. The taller the mountain, the more distinct and different the environment on each side will be. Let's look at an example. I live in Oregon, where the Cascade Mountain Range separates eastern and western Oregon. Western Oregon has high precipitation due to being on the windward side, while the leeward side, eastern Oregon, is more dry and desert-like. While Portland, a major city located in western Oregon, gets 36 inches of rain per year, Bend, a city in eastern Oregon, gets 12. This is because of the rain shadow effect. Living in an area surrounded by mountains and oceans is a plus for many citizens in a recreational sense, but it also provides very contrasting environmental conditions